the next part of the Kohen Gadol's clothing is the Choshen Mishpat, the breastplate. Now the Choshen Mishpat had on it all the names of the Shvatim, correct? Correct, guys? Okay. Now, each Shevet stone was different. I'll give you an example. The Zevulun stone is actually clear because it was a diamond. Have you ever seen a diamond that's colored?
Yes.
You can get raw diamonds that are colored. However, most diamonds are clear. They're white. So the Zevulun stone was actually a diamond. It was clear. I'm not going to go through with you all the names of the actual stones, but each stone was a different color naturally, and engraved on that stone was the name of the Shvatim. There were 4 rows of 3 stones each, and they were listed as Reuben, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Yisachar, Zevulun, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Yosef, and Binyamin. Now, the surrounding area of where the stones were actually made out of material, out of wool, that was woven with the same colors as the stuff of the ephod, the same colors as the ephod, okay? Which we know the colors already are turquoise, red, purple, and white, and gold. They were woven like that, and then set into the Choshen Mishpat material were golden settings where each stone was placed. Now we've already discussed that the chains were gold and that they're connected to the ephod. These chains over here were gold and they connected to the ephod. Okay. Now, what used to happen was there was 2 materials here. If you can look at the board, guys, you can see there's 2 material, two of the same size here, and it used to fold in half. And on the inside went the Urim V'Tumim. The Urim V'Tumim had Hashem's name written on it and Shema. And when that Urim V'Tumim was placed inside the Choshen Mishpat, Hashem was able to communicate with the Kohen Gadol via the Choshen Mishpat. So if the Kohen Gadol had a question for Hashem, the Kohen Gadol would ask the question. And then Hashem would make the letters on the Choshen Mishpat light up, and it would be able to spell out Hashem's answer. Okay? The Choshen Mishpat could still be worn without the Urim V'Tumim. It could still be worn without the Urim V'Tumim. You can talk, it's fine. It could be worn without the Urim V'Tumim, but then Hashem couldn't talk to Bnei Yisrael through it, to the Kohen Gadol through it. Only when the Urim V'Tumim, this bottom thing of Hashem's name, was in it, did it have the power to talk to Bnei Yisrael. Now, let's go through the colors of the certain Shvatim. What color was Reuben? Look at your notes, guys. I'm going to call on one of you at a time. Red. Well done. What color was Shimon?
Green.
Green. What color was Levi?
Red.
Excellent. What color was Yehuda?
Turquoise.
Excellent. What color was Yisachar?
Blue.
What color was Zevulun? Clear. What color was Dan?
Turquoise.
Blue. Blue. What color was Naphtali?
Purple.
What color was Gad?
Gray.
Gray. What color was Asher?
Blue.
Turquoise again. What color was Yosef?
Black.
Black. And what color was Binyamin? Multicolor was a combination of all the colors. You're going to see, guys, later on in the year when we learn the flags of all the Shvatim, that the flags of the Shvatim were the same colors as their stones. So when it comes to learning for the test, you need to know the colors of all the Shvatim stones, and it will help you to remember and know them when it comes to the test of at Parsha we learn the flags, and in Chumash we learn the flags at the end of the year as well. Yes, India.
Why was Benjamin all multicolored? With his multicolored coat.
I'm not sure. No, that was Yosef. Now, the Choshen Mishpat, Choshen means breastplate. Mishpat means judging, because Hashem used to judge Bnei Yisrael also through the Choshen Mishpat. Where does the Choshen Mishpat sit in a body, guys? On the Kohen Gadol's body? On the chest. Why? Because it was right above the heart of the Kohen Gadol, so you should love and care for Bnei Yisrael. But more importantly, Aaron HaKohen, who was the very first what? Daniel. Kohen Gadol. He was the very first Kohen Gadol. Wore it on his chest because he did not get jealous. He was happy with his heart about the fact that Moshe Rabbeinu was chosen to be the leader of Bnei Yisrael over Aharon HaKohen. Okay? Now, the problem is, if you look at all the letters in the names of the Shvatim, it doesn't contain all the letters in the alphabet. Now, what happens if Hashem wanted to say, go, and use the word halach, and there wasn't a hay in all the letters? Would he be able to light up a hay if there was no hay? No. So what he did was he added 5 extra words to the Kohein Mishpat. And you're going to need to know this. Above the word, one second, above above this word here, I'm just going to write it here for you so you can see. Okay, above the names of the Shvatim, I'm going to write here what was written there. Okay, if we add here a text box, let's just find a nice little text box. Shh, Julie. If we add a text box over here, and we also insert for ourselves a little arrow, because over here, over here in this box over here, I'm going to write it in English. Okay, were the names Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Okay, those names were written above the word of Reuven. And lastly, over here we're going to insert one more text box below the name of Binyamin. Below the name of Binyamin was in Hebrew written Shiv Te Yeshurun. Okay? And as a result, all the letters were now present on the Kohein Mishpat, and so Hashem could answer the questions of Bnei Israel. Yes. Now, guys, tell me, what was the Kohein Mishpat used for, Ilan? One second. Was used for? Remember. What was it used for, Matan?
Hashem to communicate to
Excellent. Hashem to communicate with the Kohen Gadol. How would Hashem communicate to the Kohen Gadol and answer, Ilan? Okay, Amira?
Through the breastplate, whichever his answers were, it used to light up the letters of what he wanted to spell out.
Excellent.
And that was only when the Shema was in.
Only when the Shema, not the Shema, what was it called?
Oh, sorry,
the Urim?
The Urim.
The Tumim.
The Tumim.
Excellent, yeah. Yeah, that's what
Can I just do this last one instead of
you can, or you can just go with that.
I want to do whatever, I'm just going to do
Right, grade 6 says that is the Kohein Mishpat. Now, Urim means shining, and Tumim means precise. Because the answers of Hashem would shine, the letters would shine, and they were always precise. The answer that Hashem was giving was the precise answer. Now, let's move on to the next part of the Kohen Gadol. There you can see, over here you can see the Kohein Mishpat is on the chest of the Kohen Gadol. Grade 6 is over here, the chains connected to the Kohein Mishpat, and actually below as well there were chains that connected to the ephod with a turquoise thread. It was never allowed to be disconnected, guys. So if the Kohen Gadol was going to take off the ephod and the Kohein Mishpat, he had to climb out of it. He couldn't actually disconnect Moshe Nishpat from the ephod.
What happens if you did?
Then I don't know, he was committing an Avera. Okay, let's move on. The next part, as you can see here, is the Kodesh LaHashem that is written on the tzitz. The tzitz was the head, the forehead plate. It sat on the forehead of the actual Kohen Gadol, and engraved on it, actually embossed in it, because it was not engraved, it was embossed like on a signet ring, like you could dip it in kind of idea, was the words Kodesh LaHashem. And it was, the whole plate was gold, okay? Now, attaching this plate to the turban was turquoise woolen thread, and the head plate actually went over the turban. I'm going to draw for you on the board what I mean. Guys, if this is the head of the Kohen Gadol, okay? Here's the Kohen Gadol's head, look here. Here's the Kohen Gadol's head. Aaron, look here. Here's the Kohen Gadol's head, okay? Here is his turban, okay? Now over here was the tzitz. It was attached with woolen turquoise things to the head. And then it went over. Guys, look at this. There was also a strap that went over and behind. And the whole thing, if this was the turban, if this was the tzitz, the whole thing tied at the back of the Kohen Gadol. Can you see that? Look at the board. Can you see that? Yeah. This is how it tied over the head of the Kohen Gadol. Okay? No. That is the tzitz that went over the forehead of the Kohen Gadol, and he had to wear it all times. And it reminded him of the special job he had to help Bnei Israel to atone for their sins. Now, just above the tzitz is where sat, here is the Kohen Gadol wearing the tzitz, on the top of his head at the top there, as you can see. And just above the tzitz was the, tell me guys? Tefillin. And the tefillin sat just above the tzitz over there. The reason why the Kohen Gadol did not wear tefillin somewhere else. Where else do you wear tefillin, boys? Ben, where else do you wear tefillin? On your arm. The reason why it was not on his arm was because there was halacha that there should be no separation between the material that the Kohen Gadol was wearing and his skin. Putting tefillin on the arm would separate the material and the skin. So therefore, he only wore tefillin on his head. Okay? And the Kohen Gadol wore tefillin on his head all day long, all the time. Okay? Except I'm not sure if he wore it on Shabbos.
Did they, if they went, wasn't it uncomfortable to wear like all of that the whole day?
He was a tzaddik. He wasn't somebody who used to get so uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I would like.
Alright, grade 6ers. Let's summarize the codes of the Kohen Gadol. Let me hear you all together. Can I hear you all together? Let's read them together. Number 1 was? Pants. Number 2 was? Katonet, which was the? Number 3 is the? Which was the? Number 4 is the? Mitznefed, which was the? Number 5 is the blue, which is the? Number 6, let's tell you all. Which is the? And number 7? And number 8? The forehead plate. Well done, guys. Right, so now we're going to end off the video and we'll finish the parasha.
D. Amira! Aaron is awesome! Roxanne! Alec! Look, that's epic. Savion! They call me Noah, I don't know why. Hannah! Jamal! Jordan! Hilal! India! Nirvana! Julian Makalanga!
Leia!
Leon! Aaron, Sarah, but the amazing colors are beautiful. Jack! The circus!
Alright guys, that's end.
I'm gonna look